Hey, good afternoon, Dave.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Great. Hey, so you had a great presentation this morning. Thank you for opening up the ceremony today for us. I just learned about you today, so it's really a good time for us.
Yeah.
We're here at this midwinter conference in Norfolk, Virginia. And tell us who you are and what you're doing here today.
Sure.
Please.
Sure. Well, first off, my name is Dave Bray. I go by, let's see here, Dave Bray USA in the social media circus out there. I'm a musician. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I got two young boys, 11 and 13. I'm worried about the direction of the nation and everything else, but I served as an FMF Corpsman with 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines out of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and I use music as my continuation of service.
Thank you for that. You talked this morning about servitude that we do back to our communities, giving back and all.
Sure.
And what's some of the things that you do in your way of giving back?
So if you dive into my musical catalog, you'll realize that a lot of what I do is tribute work. So some of my songs are related to law enforcement, fire, police, first responders, military, and of course the veteran community. I believe I have a song for just about all those that's directly personally related to them. So a lot of my community work is, in and around York, Pennsylvania. We work with Vietnam Veterans Chapter out there. We work with the League out there as well. But as far as across the country goes, you may have seen my performances in Washington, D.C. during Police Week. So I'm a huge advocate for law enforcement and our brothers and sisters in blue. One of the things I've always said is, you and I and Marine Corps and those of us who serve in the military, we get liberties, we get leaves, we get time off, and our brothers and sisters who are serving in law enforcement, that's a 30-year straight tour, because you don't get a lot of time off, and like I said, we'll do a 6-month float or we'll do a tour overseas, but these guys every single day, every morning, and these girls, I should say, they got to put a badge on, they got to put a uniform on. That's just a tough thing to be doing right now. So I spend a lot of my time advocating for law enforcement.
This morning you had a really good story for us, and you had a poem that you talked about. You want to share some insight on that?
Yeah, so a poem that I wrote after we lost a family member. He was a 16-year-old, my nephew. We lost him to suicide. And I wrote a poem called Unsocial Media, because I was watching the direction, first off, of how it affected his life, and it had something to do with his inevitable demise. And I'm seeing more and more that social media and telephones and screens and things like that, they're just sucking the life out of our kids, to the point where the suicide rate since 2012, I believe, is up 600% in children under the age of 15. So think about that. And when we put these devices into their hands, you're literally opening up Pandora's box, and you're opening up the devil's playground for them. And if you give that to a child who doesn't have a strong, faithful heart, who doesn't have somebody or guardians or parents in their lives, somebody that they trust, somebody they go to, they're going to start going to this thing. And the screens are bad news, and the phones are bad news unless they got a good, solid foundation.
Thank you for that. Some of the things that we do in our veteran groups, of course, is we have our camaraderie. We have each other to help support ourselves in our time of need and all.
Sure.
And so I'm just curious, you are a member of the Marine Corps League. Tell us about that, if you would.
So the first time I was actually brought into the Marine Corps League was through the Young Marine program, in affiliation with the Young Marines. I've been to Iwo Jima with a bunch of the leaguers, and sort of grew into that unit and into that group. Met a guy named Steve Maxon, Marine named Steve Maxon, and he was with Clovenger, Marine Corps League detachment. He said, "You know what, Dave, I'm gonna make you an honorary member of Clovenger Marine Corps League." I said, "Okay, sounds good. What do you guys do?" And then we started digging in with Steve, and just like I said, working with the young Marine community and alongside of the other leaguers out there. And it's a great, especially in today's society where networking is so important for personal business. If you're looking to find your tribe, you're looking to find your fraternity, especially in the business world, the Marine Corps League is it. You know what I mean? We have the VFW and all the other legions and places we can sit and have a good time, but if you're really talking about business, you want to grow yourself personally, you want to grow yourself in business, the league is really where it's at. And that's the one thing that needs to be stressed. You guys need to understand, if you guys aren't leaguers out there, get back in the fraternity, come back to your tribe, find your brothers and sisters in the league and get involved. And it'll open up a lot of doors for you, just like this one did for me today.
Hey, you know, you mentioned Steve Maxson. We were just at his detachment here about 3 weeks ago doing an installation of their 2022 officers.
Yep.
So I'll be sure to let you know that we see you. And hey, Steve, we're on film here together, so we're going to tell some stories in just a second about you too.
Our bull riding buddy, right?
That's right. Hey, so if you would, Dave, tell us, you have a message for us today about the Marine Corps League, about your community service. What would that be to veterans everywhere?
And again, I think I just covered it, and I think that is to, you know, re-ground yourself. You got a lot of life to live. A lot of us get out of the military, and the last thing we want to think about is joining up and being a part of the, you know, that community again. A lot of us want to shake some of the scales off. But as your life progresses, you get a few years under your belt out in the real world, you're going to find out it's tougher than what you think. And again, a lot of smaller businesses are popping up left and right because that's basically our side hustles are becoming our real hustles. And, you know, again, for me, it's music, it's continuation of service, you know, but it doesn't matter what you do. If you can get yourself into a Marine Corps league in your area, you're going to find other, obviously, veterans and Marine Corps guys, but you're going to find a really good, solid group of community folks that are working together to promote each other's businesses and to do things right for the community. And it's a cool group to get involved with. And it's been valuable for me. So I just want to say thank you again, the Marine Corps League, and everybody who's sort of just welcomed me with open arms. Appreciate it.
Thank you for that. Is there a website we can go find information about you?
Sure. Everything is at DaveBrayUSA.com. That's DaveBrayUSA.com. You can find my tour dates. You can find my merchandise, which we're here looking at today. You can download my music. You can watch my videos directly, so you don't have to go to YouTube. You don't got to go to iTunes and download. You can download it directly to your device right from my website, DaveBrayUSA.com. It's all there, brother.
Thanks, man. Hey, Semper Fidelis. Appreciate everybody. Have a good day.
Hoorah, Semper Fi.
Thanks, man. Good man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Hoorah.
Did you get a CD to take with you?
I got a couple earlier. Yeah, I'm